TEQ Trunks and AGL Zamasu hold a special place in my heart because I remember vividly waiting for their arrival on Global Dokkan. So knowing that we're coming up on their EZAs is very exciting to me, which is why I really do not want Dokkan to fumble this TEQ Trunks, and I am going to record AGL Zamasu's literally right after this because, you know, I already made their custom easy, but I'll separate it within different videos, obviously, right? But TEQ Trunks is the one we're focusing on in this video. Remember that at the end of the day, even if you don't like the custom stuff I built for this character in this video, it doesn't really matter because I just want this character to be good upon their EZA, right? The only purpose of this series that I do where I pray Dokkan not to fumble these characters is because Dokkan has fumbled these characters in the past, all right? And I don't want that. I'm trying to prevent that by putting out a little bit of good energy into the universe, okay? So even if you think this custom concept is mid, that's okay, all right? At least we have something where Dokkan is like, I just want Dokkan to not fumble these characters. So that's all I'm trying to say. I appreciate you watching. Let me show you what I would personally, let me explain to you the weakness of these characters, and then of course, show you what I would do for their EZA if I had the power to actually control it. Now, I will say this really quick: subscriber challenge, not subscriber challenge, push-up challenge, or improve yourself challenge. If you go into your bathroom right now, or the last bathroom you went in and you left the toilet seat up, or you don't remember putting it down, you got caught lacking today. You don't have to subscribe. I almost said that. But what you have to do is drop down and give me 5 push-ups. I've been asking you to do 3 push-ups for so many videos now, which means that you should have built up the strength to do 5. We are getting stronger here on this channel. You may not need to subscribe, but at least you're getting your power level up. And you can if you want to, right? Road to 6K at some point. So I appreciate you for that. But right now what we care about is 5 push-ups, or maybe 5 sit-ups if you can't do 5 push-ups, but at least 5. Do some type of something. 5 push-ups or 5 sit-ups if you did. We can't be having this, okay? Put the seat down. That's it. All right, we got it. Cool. Let's hop into this video. So TEQ Trunks, his weakness is that, you know, when he appears, he sucks, and then when he transforms, he can build up nicely, but just not enough. He doesn't stack fast enough. He's just not it, right? And then when he transforms, this state really pisses me off, simply because his defense is really bad in here, and there's times where this man will pop up and change absolutely no orbs on the field. He'll change like the one physical orb, right? We just can't be having that in Dokkan. So if you're gonna transform, you know, into what's it called? You know, this TEQ Trunks character here, what we need to do, okay, is make sure that you can really bring a lot of power with this, because I hate using this character when I used to use him, and then have him transform and him change one orb, and then he gets clout, right? So yeah, that's definitely probably one of his biggest weaknesses, to be honest with you. So this is what I did for his EZA, okay? I didn't really touch his super attack, sorry, his leader skill stuff. But for his super attack, I made him greatly raise attack and defense. And the reason why I did that is because he's really only going to be super attacking for 1 turn, right? There's no active skill here. He just transforms immediately starting from the 3rd turn. So I wanted him to get his extra juice in, basically. So right now, in this state, he has 120% to attack and defense, which is honestly not that great considering before it was literally just 100% to attack and defense. So, but keep in mind that, you know, with EZ8 stats and stuff like that, this is not going to be as bad as you probably think, okay? 120% to stats. He reduces damage received by 20% for free, easy. Performs an additional super attack when facing an extreme class enemy, which is very easy because literally 90% of red zone is extreme class. You only have the gamma stages, I believe, that are not. All allies key +1 and 40% to stats. Transform when conditions are met. When this guy pops out, I want him to be a character who can stall, quote unquote stall, and get ready for his Super Saiyan Trunks form. To do that, to get ready at least, you got to perform super attacks. Hopefully, if you can perform 3 super attacks, you're going to be cooking, right? Because your own, the additional, and then of course the hidden potential additional. Him supporting all allies will make sure his other allies are eating, taking the pressure off of him. And then in case he does get in case he does get pressured, he has a little bit of damage reduction and his stacks to help him survive. Early content could be a little bit annoying, but I feel like this Trunks will be okay. Again, keep in mind that he's not going to be amazing upon his actual EZA. So we're building up to something greater here. And then we have Super Saiyan Trunks. So his super attack literally remains the same as it was before. It's just stacking attack and defense now. Then he gets 150% start of turn. He gets 2 ki, plus an additional attack and defense plus 30% at the start of each turn, up to 6 ki and 90% to stat. So just for you to understand, before, he got 1 ki up to 4, and 10% to stats up to 80% at the start. So that's 8 turns that you have to, you know, hop into these rotations to max, to fully build up, which just takes too long. We can't have that. But I understand this guy needing to build up. I get the concept. So you still have to enter the turn 3 times to get your maximum of 6 ki and an extra 90% to stats, which is going to equal a total of 6 ki and what, 240% to attack and defense, which is definitely going to help your stacking, you know, numbers do a little bit, look a little bit. He's going to be stacking faster, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Before he was at 120. Now you'll be at 150 with a bunch of extra stats and a lot of faster stats at that. He still has his damage reduction of 20%. He gets an additional super attack and reduces damage received by an additional 30% when facing an extreme class enemy. So yeah, he gets 50% damage reduction, 20% when facing anyone, but 50% when facing an extreme class. He can still perform additional super attack, which is I actually like this build a lot. And then all allies 3 ki and 30% to stats. So his ki went from 1 to 3, but his stats went from 40% to 30%. So he's better. He's a better support here. But once he transforms, he's going to be a permanent 3 ki and 30% to all allies. I guess I could have, you know, changed that to maybe Future Saga, right? Maybe Bond of Parent and Child could have been nice too. But still, I think it's very... I like this build a lot, right? You're getting your guaranteed additionals in against all the hardest content with 50% damage reduction, with a bunch of stacking and extra damage reduction. You are going to be good, and of course supporting as well. I like this Trunks build a lot. But when you activate his active skill, we need him to actually be putting up... we need him to be looking pretty juicy, right? So this is what I did. Again, I'm trying to keep this quote-unquote balanced, but I also want him to look good, right? So this is what I gave him. Before, it was immense damage, massive lowers defense, attack plus 30%, and defense plus 10% per key sphere obtained. And then he changes 1 orb of any random type to TEQ, excluding TEQ. This is what I did for his EZA. So I gave him massively raises defense for 1 turn. Keep in mind that this character does not have any defense sort of turn. So the massive defensive raise, I think, will definitely help, right? I gave him randomly changes 2 types of key spheres, TEQ included, into TEQ key spheres once only. And then 30% to both stats per key sphere obtained. So not only is he's just gonna, on average, be collecting more orbs, but his defense is going to shoot up a lot faster with his EZA compared to before, which only 10%. It's now 30% to both, while massively raising your defense on super. So defensively, he's already looking okay in this phase, right? Let's continue. Attacks effective against all types. He already had that, right? Yes, okay. Plus an additional attack plus 30%, and reduces damage received by 30% with 3 or more key spheres obtained. Very easy to get. Plus an additional defense plus 30%, and performs a critical hit with 5 or more key spheres obtained. Fairly easy to get. Plus an additional attack plus 30%, and guards all attacks when collecting 7 or more key spheres, and when facing an extreme class enemy. So, okay. Let's just say this last part isn't really in effect. With 5 or more key spheres, you're getting 30% to stats per key sphere. It's about, minimum 150% to stats, right? An extra 30% and 30% damage reduction, and then an extra 30% defense with guaranteed crit. So overall, he is going to be putting up, at least from my perspective, very strong offensive numbers that are going to be guaranteed crits while massively raising his own defense. Now, the last part here, I think, is just a very strong ability. And when you think of Super Trunks, you think of, sorry, not Super Trunks, but, you know, like the Future Trunks, you think of him fighting Goku Black, Zamasu. So for him to be really strong, I think it makes sense to lock this last ability behind facing an extreme class enemy. And a lot of his kit requires that anyways, right? Not a lot, but a strong portion, you know, requires that. So if you're facing an extreme class enemy and you collect 7 or more key spheres, you're going to get an additional 30% to attack, which is going to definitely shoot up your attack by a decent amount. And then you're guarding as well. So imagine having 30% damage reduction, you're guarding. If you get 7 or more key spheres, that's 7 times 3. That's over 200% to your own stats, while raising it by 100%, by the way, right? And then getting extra defense here. Like, I think this guy isn't going to be one-shotting people. And I don't think he's going to get one shot. I think he's going to be a legitimate powerhouse option to do damage, but he's not going to be someone who you can just one-shot people with all the time. But keep in mind that, you know, it's just going to depend on this. Before, it was just 1 key sphere change. Now you're going to be changing. Think of Physical Weirs, right? Physical Weirs has the same ability where they change 2 types of orbs into physical. And sometimes that creates a really great amount of orbs, but sometimes it doesn't. So, like, if you were using this, I would wait to use this ability until you had like a really nice field of tech orbs. So when you change this up, you're getting, you know, 8, 9, 10, you know, key spheres, which is a beautiful 300%, plus 30% attack, plus 30% defense, plus 30% attack here, plus guarding, plus crit, plus damage reduction, all the, you know, the whole 9 here. So, and of course, math. Once he's super attacked, I just don't see him taking damage personally. That's just me. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about this EZA for Trunks. Personally, I wouldn't consider it super broken. I would say it's realistic if they really wanted to make him usable, right? But because this is just this is terrible. Everything here is, again, he's a 2019. He's actually, wow, he's already over 4 years old. So yeah, because he was a Golden Week character 4 years ago. So it's crazy how old this guy is. But you know, time is moving, and we don't have time, all right, for a weakling of an EZA. So let me know what you think. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, consider leaving likes, consider subscribing if you are new. Hopefully Dokkan doesn't fumble this, and hopefully this video puts out enough good energy into the universe, so that way when he does get an EZA, we're seeing some type of, you know, niceness and some type of respect instead of disrespect that Dokkan likes to give some other characters.